Alright guys, I'm gonna let these slides run for a little bit longer. Want to promote all this good stuff. I finally updated my slideshow, so it includes a lot more things now. Stuff, honestly, that I should have been promoting this whole time, but just got lazy. So I'll let these run for a little bit longer. Not too much longer though, because this is going to be the longest episode yet. I'm going to go over quite a few matches. Typically I only go over anywhere from maybe 6 to 8. This is going to be somewhere in the 8 to 10 category. Lots of matches that happened over the last week, particularly over the weekend, from Jazzy events and Third Strike streams. So I want to try and get to as many as I can. For anyone that's watching this on YouTube later, I will try and timestamp them so that way people can just kind of go to the matches that they want to see. But fortunately, there was a lot of Dudley footage to go over, so I'll get started here in about 2 minutes, guys. Let these ads run a little bit longer, and then we'll get it started. Alright, let me go ahead and switch over so now you guys can see what I'm seeing. I should remind people, as you can see on the screen, Frosty Faustings this upcoming weekend, the next auto qualifier event for the Jazzy circuit. That's happening in Wheeling, Illinois. That's going to be a super stack tournament, so I'll have more info on that towards the end of the stream. We'll go over how many people are participating, who's participating, and we'll take a look at the Jazzy leaderboard. Yo, what's going on, Meyer? We're going to switch over now so that way I can go over matches that happened over the last week or so. Go ahead and switch. There we go. Okay. So you guys should be able to see what I'm seeing. Give me 1 second, let me confirm. I want to make sure that that's the case. Alright, cool. We good. Alright, so this first match that we're going to go over is SilentImpact versus, I'm not sure who this Makoto is. They seem pretty good, but outside of Adam, I'm not sure who plays Makoto in the Chicago area anymore. I know Quentin, when he used to be out there, played Makoto, this color Makoto specifically. So unless he's in Chicago, I don't know. But yeah, I would guess this is Adam's Makoto, but I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and watch this first match though. This matchup, I don't think I've done too much of before, if at all. This is a very frenetic match. It can be very, just because of the nature of Makoto, it can be very fast-paced. A lot of quick decisions happening in succession. But for Dudley to have success, really, you want to slow Makoto down. You don't want to play at her speed. She's a little better equipped to play at her speed than Dudley is. So for this matchup in the neutral, meaning where you guys are not in the air and you're just on the ground playing footsies, you want to use stand roundhouse to catch limbs, her low strong or her low forward, her stand strong. You can counter hit those, outside of max distance with standing roundhouse. And obviously you want to try and discourage her from dashing in on you, since her dash is extremely fast. So stand roundhouse, stand strong, low shorts. Low shorts in particular will blow up dashes just because they're so fast that, by the time that she's dashed, she can she'll probably eat one. But it is something to be aware of, that good Makotos are aware that people are going to do that, especially if you've shown them that you're going to do that, and they'll just dash and down parry. And if they get the timing right, then they can blow you up for that. So just something to take note of. Let's go ahead and get this started though. Let's see how this first match played out. So Dudley opting to get in that face. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to talk about here in this matchup. Makoto has a very wide hurt box, so when you have Makoto in the corner and you're trying to do the sweep juggles on her, you can do up to 6, or you can do 5 and then do a follow-up. But because she has such a wide hurt box, when she's crouching or falling or getting juggled, with Dudley you have to step in a little bit closer every time you do a sweep to be able to continue after 3. I think you can do the normal juggle on her up to 3 times, and then you need to really start to walk in after every sweep. So you'll do a sweep, you'll walk forward a step, and then you have to do another sweep. So you have enough time to get it, but it's just kind of a tricky timing because of the walking forward that's required for Makoto. That isn't necessarily required for all the other characters. But yeah, it's just something to take note of when she falls and you're like, I'm doing the sweep at the right time, I'm not sure exactly why I'm missing. It's because of her wide hurt box as she's falling, and as she's getting juggled, you need to walk forward a little bit more and then be able to get the follow-up juggles. So he misses the next one, whiffs the towards roundhouse, eating a lot of shorts here. So again, it doesn't look like SilentImpact is using any of the normals traditionally that you want to use in the neutral here. Stand fierce, low strong, stand roundhouse, low shorts. And in particular, you want to do that because you want to discourage her from dashing by having EX Machine Gun blow behind it. So that way you can get juggle follow-ups, you can make her eat a lot of damage, you can put her towards the corner. And in this matchup, whoever the Makoto is, they're using SA1, which is, in my opinion, as a Dudley player, you want them to use SA1 over SA2, because SA2 you have to kind of be a little more aware of her options in the corner, whereas with SA1, if she has meter and she just spends it, and it doesn't kill, or it doesn't put you close to kill, then it's not too terrible a thing. But if she has SA2, she can get a, obviously Dudley has a large stun bar, so she can't get 100% on you unless you already have some stun on you. But just from an empty, an empty bar, she can put you very close to stun, basically one mix-up away. And that's exactly what happens when, if she does like a reset after the full juggle SA2, she can put you in a 50-50 where she can dash under you and end up on either side, or dash late and end up in front, or just have it be ambiguous where she ends up either in front or in back after the reset, and then she can do something crazy like EX Fugeage, which is her uppercut, the move where she throws her fist in the air, and that can actually hit Dudley as he's standing, and it can hit from either side. So if she lands behind you, she does EX Fugeage, then you eat the the uppercut, she gets stunned, and she can get a follow-up, and that's pretty much a kill at that point. If she lands in front, she can still do the same thing, get a follow-up, puts you in stun. So it's very difficult to deal with that, and if she's not using SA2, then even better. So you don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. So we'll just worry about SA1 for the purpose of this match. But you wanna basically use Stand Roundhouse and Stand Fierce as spacing tools, try and force her to jump. Dudley's very fortunate in that he has ducking and he has a pretty solid dash, forward dash, so he can get under her jumps. And then, if you absolutely are having hell with her jump-ins, and she keeps mixing up the timing in which she's going to attack you, one thing that you can do is, outside of EX upper or super, you can do what is that move called? Cross counter. This is one of the matchups where, she can vary her jump-in timing a lot. So if you're having absolute hell with it, and you just want to stop her from doing that and get a quick knockdown, and then return to neutral, or even put her in an Oki situation, that's something that you can do. Okay, so now he's just walking in. He's just walking in normals. Wants to dash in at her. There's that solid dash in. I don't mind the jump back fierce. Could have got super off that backswing blow. So when she's doing this jump in axe kick, the Tsurugi, there's not a whole lot Dudley can do as far as normals go that will straight up beat it. If you time it right, you can get a crouch fierce. If she does the light or medium versions of the Tsurugi, then crouching fierce at certain spacings and timings will beat it. But if she does the roundhouse version, at best it'll trade. At worst, you'll lose more often than not. So it's not really a good idea to challenge these too much. If what you kind of want to do with Tsurugi in general, not just with Dudley but with everyone, is trip guard her, because if she does it really high up, you can actually get a really easy trip guard. So you can go, like for example with Shoto's, you can go low forward into whatever you want. Although when she lands, she is considered crouching, so just something to keep in mind. With Dudley, you can sweep her, or you can try and backswing blow. That is something that is an option, depending on the spacing. Or you can ducking super. So you can give her different looks to make her reconsider, or at least consider your options when she goes for the Tsurugi. So just keep in mind though that normals, more often than not, if they're doing the EX or roundhouse version, are going to straight up lose to that because of the priority on the heavy version of the axe kick or the EX version. Good reset. Kara's into the Karakusa. Stand Fierce, EX Hayate. And that's a very difficult situation to be in when you go air to air and she resets you and lands in front of you. You're pretty much at her mercy and you have to guess. So is she going to do a normal? Is she going to parry? Is she going to jump again and go for some sort of EX Tsurugi? Is she going to Karakusa? Is she going to Kara into an attack, or Kara into Karakusa? It's very hard to tell. So you want to try and avoid that situation as much as possible. But when you're in that situation, you just have to guess. And Silent chose to play it safe and not do anything, just block and try and react. And unfortunately, he ate the Karakusa, which ended up taking the round. So let's see how he opens this round. I am a fan of just showing them different looks, letting them know that you're looking for dashes. So stand roundhouse, a little strong, something quick, stand strong, even, so that way, some Makotos will look for your button and then dash. They'll look to see if you whiff the button, and then they'll dash in and they'll try and do Karakusa or throw or stand jab or a little short, something very fast after her dash. So maybe not stand roundhouse immediately as soon as the round starts. Maybe you want to wait a second, then throw the stand roundhouse just to throw off their timing. Like I said, stand strong, low strong. Those are solid buttons that if she tries to dash in a whiff punish, you'll have her covered and you'll be able to act in time. Or you can do a low short just to try and see what she does. So let's see what he does here. Okay, so there she just went for a straight up dash, which is fine. You know, he blocked it and then he's trying to discourage her with a short. Yeah, and she's just dashing at you, dude, because you're not showing her the different looks. Whenever, you know, she's just dashing at you, you need to make her run into buttons. That is how you discourage Makotos from dashing at you, is you need to space them with ground buttons. You need to do stand fierce, low strong with something behind it, stand roundhouse with something behind it, low short and be ready to go into target combo. Even reacting with like something like a backswing blow or an EX upper or something, just to try and get her to think twice about dashing, because if she's dashing freely at you, you're going to lose this match. If Makoto is allowed to just dash as she wants, and you know she's able to get in like that in the range in which she's more effective, and you're forced to deal with her game, she is going to win. So you know, give her different looks and show her that you're looking for the dashes. Make her jump a little bit. You know, force her to approach you in different ways, so that way you give yourself an opportunity to counterattack and be able to see what she's trying to do. Because if she's dashing, it's going to be very difficult to react to that every time. I would even do like some forward fierces there. Like some forward fierces from that range aren't too terrible, because she can't really punish with too much from that range. I think she can do counter hits, stand fierce into Hayate for your forward fierce, but if you space it right, she shouldn't be able to do that. So it's just a timing and a spacing thing. And then here you'll see that when she does the Tsurugi, he did ducking. He could have done super to punish. She would have gotten punished if he just canceled that ducking into super. I'm not a fan of going to the target combo at that range because you have super behind it. So if you have super, you know, you want to confirm. You want to go for short, go for short, super. And then put her on her ass, and then you're right on top of her. If you do the jab version will not knock her back very far. Yo, what's going on, Tree Tracer? How's it going, homie? Doing some more Dudley analysis here. So yeah, throw short super, try and confirm it, put her on her ass. You got a bar, then she's forced to deal with the 50-50. And she doesn't have a reversal yet. You know, Makoto has no invincible reversals without meter, particularly when she's using SA1. Nothing of hers can't be meatied. So, you know, she's someone that you can very much suffocate on Oki whenever you get the opportunity. But obviously, you know, you want to be wary of Parry Karakusa. When she's using SA2, you know, sometimes some Makotos like to wake up SA2 just to try and give you that look as well. Other than that, you know, a lot of characters will do low shorts if they have quick low shorts but no other options. For example, Yang, Yun, even to a certain extent Makoto, Necro. You know, just something quick to try and get you off of them if you miss time. If you don't do a straight up meaty. Here, I think she could have Karakusa'd your jump in roundhouse. Opted to go for the reset. Whiffing that sweep. That was actually kind of sick. Because if she doesn't go straight up into Hayate off this low short, then nothing is going to combo. Saw that? And I don't know if that was a reaction or it was a read, but he got EX backswing blow into super here, and that's pretty sick. I like that. Put her in the corner. You almost have the meter for another confirm into super. Kind of telegraphed that a little too much. Very tough to deal with those jab ticks. Oh, it just eats the Orochi, the overhead chop into super. You have to block that standing because it's a true overhead. Oh no! So I think he tried to red parry the last hit of EX machine gun blow here, which is it's a reasonably easy red parry in comparison to others. And if he had got that, you know, you could have murdered him here. But one thing to notice is obviously you can get the sweep juggles on Makoto here, but I don't think he would have been able to get that sweep from this timing maybe. So what you can do is like a jab machine gun blow follow up. and then start to sweep juggle. So jab machine gun follow up, and then sweep, 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 or jab machine gun and sweep alternating into towards forward upper. And then you would have had meter for 50-50, and you potentially could have killed her at this point. That Tsurugi, very tough to deal with when they're neutral jumping. Have to like walk under her or ducking. And there's that EX Tsurugi. So things that SilentImpact could have worked on there. Neutral, obviously. Stand fierce, stand roundhouse, low strong, stand strong, low shorts. Obviously with things buffered behind them. Force her to jump a little bit. Force her to consider using meter to try and get in, or maybe trying to counter hit your normals from afar with her stand fierce. You want to give her different looks, because if she's constantly dashing in at you, dude, it's not good. And then obviously, in the up close game, you guys didn't really get into that scramble, but when Makoto has a post-car Kusa Hayate follow-up, there's lots of things that are options at that point. You can do backswing blow, you can backdash, you can block, you can parry, you can jump, and Makoto has to basically anticipate what you're going to do in order to be able to continue to follow up. And of course, meter plays a big part of that. If she has super, if she has no meter at all, if you have super, if you don't have any meter, those are just things to really consider when you get into those 50-50 scramble situations. So the next match we're going to do here, I believe, is Buttertoast. Oh, yo, you got it approved? Let's go. The Venka Heart. So I've never seen Buttertoast play. I think this is the first time I've seen him play. I'm not familiar with his Dudley or how new or not new he is. And again, just letting Makoto dash in on you, right? You have to be whiffing buttons, dude. You have to show them that you have to respect my neutral. You have to at least time your dashes, right? Because he's just letting it, like, he's just walking back. He's resigning himself towards the corner already, putting himself in a bad position, not challenging with stand roundhouse, not really giving Makoto much to worry about, allowing her all that space to be able to dash in, and just, with Makoto's dash being so far and so fast, it's easy for her to really dominate the spacing game if you're conceding it like this. Dash in low short. Good red parry on that. Nice throw into the corner. Doesn't pressure. When Makoto's in the corner, dude, and she has no meter especially, you have to pressure. Look at this. Threw her into the corner and then just opted to walk back. She has nothing that she can threaten you with. Nothing at all. None of her stuff is invincible. She has no reversals. She's free on wake up, dude. Force her to guess. Even if you guess wrong, you have to press your advantage. That's something that I've really been focusing on lately. Is just pressing the advantage that you do have. And if you guess wrong and they guess right, you gotta tip your hat to them. Good shit. Went for a non-meaty sweep. Very easy to react to sweep, as I've mentioned before. Lots of stand strongs. Stand roundhouse, nothing behind it. Nice ducking to get under that jump. That was good. Out of the corner now. But just backing up, back into the other corner. Very tough to deal with this frenetic Makoto movement. Could have thrown her. Instead gets thrown. And just all the buttons. So immediately what you can do, if you're going to play a defensive style Dudley, which we'll see a little bit later on since we're going to go over TritonOrion's match, you have to be prepared to answer aggression with buttons and blocks and parries. But particularly you want to space them out at distances where you can react to things like dashes or ticks or jump-ins a little easier. And for Dudley, that's basically a little, like for this matchup in particular, it's basically at this range. At this range, you should be able to react to things. Any closer and it's going to be a little more difficult. And any farther and she's not really a threat yet at that point. Outside of using things like EX Hayate or a full screen jump in or something like that. So here you want to, this is about the spacing that you want to be in neutral. See? Able to react to the dash immediately, just neutral jump. Could have actually, he might have actually been able to get a punish. It looks like she did stand strong. Let's see. You might have been able to, oh no, she recovered. She recovered. Oh no, yeah, you might have been able to get like a late jump in fierce or an early jump roundhouse. Try and punish that. Jump roundhouse hits, neutral jump roundhouse in particular, hits very early, hits a lot earlier than it looks because the hurt box is so low on that, or I guess the hitbox on it is so low on that. Should go into stand roundhouse, EX machine gun blow from this. Goes into a target combo for some reason. Very telegraph super, very easy for Makoto to deal with. Dashes at her. Not sure exactly what that is. Probably just trying to do parry there. Eats the Tsurugi, the medium one into. It looks like the medium one into the super. And really the only button that Makoto's have like to contend with Dudley in footsies, you know, maybe a stand forward from certain ranges, low forward from certain ranges, but outside of that, stand fierce and crouching roundhouse, this little wheel kick that she does here, that is a very good button versus Dudley. It's deceptively good. So you know, you have to kind of be aware of her options. Her crouching roundhouse and stand fierce are very hard to counter hit from certain ranges, especially if she's using them to counter hit you. In that case, I would use something like a towards fierce or you know, maybe just be patient and wait it out. But those are her better buttons in the neutral for counter hitting Dudley. Low forward, stand forward can be annoying, but you can counter hit them from certain ranges. So, and even if you eat them, they're very minimal damage. So not anything to be too worried about. Nice. Oh no, that could have been his chance to come back here. So I'm guessing that Buttertoast is a newer Dudley. So Buttertoast, what you want to do here is when you land this sweep, you'll want to do a couple things here. You have a few options. You can walk up until you can do a towards medium kick into fierce uppercut. That'll put her in the corner. You don't want to do the towards medium kick too early, otherwise the uppercut won't connect and you'll whiff and she'll be able to punish. Oh, what's up, Flanneljack? What's going on, Optimus? And you don't want to do the super from this range, mostly because it's not great damage and you're wasting the bar at this point. For you to be able to make this comeback, you want to optimize the meter that you do have. So what would be fine is, you know, ducking, medium kick ducking into upper, which is any kick afterwards during ducking. Then you'll be able to get a combo, and then you'll be able to build some meter. You'll be right on top of her. That doesn't give you a hard knockdown. She can tech roll. But what you can do is you can immediately go into a 50-50, either low short, sweep, or backswing blow, throw, overhead, and just give her different looks because she has no meter. And again, Makoto without meter doesn't have any invincible reversals. You can just smother her when you have her in the Oki situation. Force her to guess, and then if you get lucky, you know, you guess right, you can steal this round. But he did ducking super here, and unfortunately that's just a little too high, did it a little too early. If you want to connect this, just give it a sec so she can fall a little bit more, and then do ducking super. Although, you know, it's not going to net you the greatest damage. It's I don't, for one, all the hits won't connect if you do it too high up. And for two, you know, even though it gives you the hard knockdown, it's not going to be a ton of damage because at this point, you know, it's going to scale the super pretty hard. Just misses it, and then it's pretty hard to recover after that. Carcusa is going to take it for whoever this Makoto player is here. I'm not exactly sure who it is, but the Makoto's pretty solid. All right, so that was SilentImpact and Buttertoast. Next up, I'm going to go over Guest 81. For those of you guys that didn't catch this tournament, happened this past Saturday. This was the Don's G-Status ranking event for January. Lots of good players out there. Since 5-star, did already auto-qualify by winning the Don's auto-qualifier event. He is still playing in these tournaments, obviously, to give his players the experience and to still be able to participate. But he wasn't playing Ken this tournament. He was playing actually Akuma for most of this tournament. But he did bust out Dudley versus Wicked Element in this matchup because obviously the volatility of Akuma is his super low health, and Hugo can put the hurt on him pretty fast. Juan is a very strong Hugo player, and I think he previously beat an Akuma in this tournament. I forget who it was, but he beat a really good Akuma. I think it might have been FM1 actually. So Fearmex Juan has a very strong Akuma, and he was able to beat it using Hugo. So I think Yi recognized that and was like, I'm not even going to try it. I'm going to go with Dudley because this match is pretty in Dudley's favor. He's got lots of good tools. So let's see how Yi played it. He's going under Guest 81, so for those of you guys that are confused, he uses Guest 81 as his tournament alt. So shoutouts to Yi for tearing it up with Dudley. Yo, what's going on, Grain Belt? How's it going, man? Chinchilla? Alright, so let's see how he opens it up. Lots of meter building, very smart. Also smart from Juan there, using the taunt to up his defense and get that taunt boost. Nice using. Look how fast he got him in the corner, dude. He just walked him down. Eats the clap. Nice early jump fierce. Can't really connect anything from that. Look at the spacing. He's just playing a poke and run game. Very good punish. Walked up into it because this low forward has a little bit of recovery to it when you parry it. So he parries the low forward, has enough time to walk up, and then do stand roundhouse into EX machine gun blow just to get the max punish. Very smart and good awareness from 5-star there. Nice. Oh, that was optimal. I love that. I've been mentioning that in my videos too. Just something for Dudley players to take note of is when you anti-air with a button and they parry, or even if you just anti-air straight up, you can do stand strong into fierce upper. The wider hitbox characters like Hugo, Urian, Alex, they will eat this pretty much every time. The smaller hurtbox characters like the Shotos, the twins, even Oro or Elena or something like that, you kind of have to space it a little bit better so where the uppercut is a little closer towards them. But this is optimal here. It does a lot of stun. He's basically at stun and at death. He's got a bar basically right here. There it is. Look at that, smart. Just built the meter, knew I was at a bar. Good parry from that jab there. There's the uppercut, there's the meter build. Good block, and just counter hit with all the Dudley buttons. In this position, Hugo has to be patient, dude. You can't really challenge with too much. Basically, in this range, any button that is not a true low, like a low short or a low forward, is going to lose to Dudley stand roundhouse. And even Dudley stand fierce. That's what he hit him with here. Yeah, it's painful to watch, dude. But it's 5-star. He has been playing this game basically since it came out, and he has all the matchup knowledge, dude. So he's gonna abuse that matchup knowledge and abuse this this favorable matchup. So good awareness there. Uppercut for the meter build there. Things that Hugo can do here. You want to be inside of stand strong range, the slap. So that way when you throw it out there, you're not immediately going to get counter hit. And you can actually counter hit Dudley's startup and recovery of his stand roundhouse. So if he tries to challenge and does it too late, you can counter hit him out of that. That's something that kind of throw him off, but you don't want to challenge too much with that button because all it takes is one, and then you're getting comboed and you get put into the 50-50 situation. You're towards the corner, so it's something to kind of use conservatively, but it is an option. Other than that, low forward is a really great button in the neutral, just for whenever Dudley's trying to play grounded footsies with you. And once you get the knockdown, you can dash in. Even if he tech rolls, you can be right on top of him and kind of force a 50-50 situation. Nice. So this is the Fujiwara technique. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Fujiwara, Dudley. I'm assuming most of you are. But Fujiwara likes to use Stand Strong a lot in this matchup. And the reason why is if it connects, he's buffering ducking behind it into super. And if not, then he continues to throw the Stand Strong. If you guys watch, there was a match that recently got uploaded on the Third Strike YouTube channel where he played, I believe it was either Hayao or YSB. It might have been YSB. And he is just throwing Stand Strong ducking like crazy, dude. He does it maybe like 5 or 6 times in a row at one point. So it is an option that you have just to try and give Hugo a different look. That clap could have been confirmed in the super. So there you go. Juan playing the footsie game right now. But it's crazy to see, you know, Hugo not pressing the advantage in the neutral here. So if Dudley's backing up, you have to walk forward. That's just the way that it works in this matchup. Is you have to try and stay underneath the numbers or in front of the numbers in order to be winning the neutral, and you have to apply pressure to Dudley. You know, even in the grounded game, and just, you know, look for the jumps and try and react as best you can. Caught him out of the jump there with the Stand Strong. Good patience from Juan here. There's that towards Fierce. Towards Fierce, an excellent tool. Gets the walk-up punish on the low forward parry. Ducking super again. Gets the hard knockdown. Proper setup. Meaty Rose. Oh, could have got super off of this. So he could have got super off of this jump-in roundhouse. Bang. Oh, no, hold on. Right there. Yeah. It'll connect, but it's you have to immediately do it as soon as you land. Good punish on that from Juan. Got the red parry. Taunt boost. There's that Stand Strong upper. Goes for the chip out. Probably could have survived. Oh, might have been able to SPD that overhead. And then there's the other overhead. So I think, and maybe Big Nasty can confirm for me in the chat, but when you block universal overhead at that range, you should be able to get a free SPD, right? Let me know in the chat, dude. But yeah, that's unfortunate here. Just ends up eating the universal overhead. You can actually see 5-Star's brain working when you watch him on the cap. Yeah, dude. I wouldn't. I assume that pretty much anytime this guy, what range again? Oh, so basically point blank. He does this point blank universal overhead right there. You should be able to SPD that. I think you should be able to SPD that. Gets the throw. And then just eats another one. Hard to keep up. Okay. Yeah, but if you block point blank universal overhead as Hugo, you should be able to SPD. Free SPD. Okay, Big Nasty confirms. Dude, yeah, Yi is so smart, dude. He's crazy good at this game. So gonna run it back with the Dudley here. Opting to go for SA3. You know, this is one of those matchups where I think SA1 isn't bad. You can get a lot of damage very quickly on Hugo, and obviously since he has you know, the largest health bar in the game without taunts, you want to do good damage to him as fast as you can. And then in this matchup with Hugo, you know, SA1 is good, does a lot of great damage, and since Dudley's going to be real close a lot of the time, it's a good option. But SA3 probably a little more viable to counter hit with claps whenever you're in the neutral, and to be able to punish things like super from distances where maybe SPD or Gigas wouldn't be able to punish. So Juan thinking about it, thinking about SA1. Okay, goes for SA3. Again, backing up, so that's smart. That time he was walking forward when he was backing up. This jump fierce, as I mentioned in the past before, guys, whenever Dudley does it in the air, it actually delays his fall a little bit. So when he did this fierce here, traditionally, you know, what the timing at which Juan went for SPD as the punish would work on pretty much any other button. But because he falls a little bit later, he was able to jump out because he hadn't quite landed yet. So he whiffed the SPD, was able to fall, jump out, and then that's just something to keep in mind of if you parry that, or if you're throwing it and you know your opponent's trying to parry. You can give them a different timing with that fierce and force them to react to the fierce, and they have to recognize, you know, what button it is that you threw out. Whether was it roundhouse, or was it fierce, or was it you know, a jab or a short, or you know, whatever button it was. You know, they have to be aware of what it is. They can't just autopilot parry SPD, because fierce gives them a different look. Stand roundhouse. I love that towards fierce. Towards fierce in this matchup, very underrated. Same thing with Shoto's, very good. Could have gotten super off of this jump in roundhouse. Gets the roundhouse right here. Bang, super. Went for the overhead. Nice patience from Juan here. Good poking. Stand jab very fast. Throws him to the corner. Oh, wake up low short super. Again, remember guys, I told you, like, certain characters, if they've got a quick low short, you're not, you know, threatening them with a true meaty. They can wake up low short into whatever they want to do. So wake up low short super there for Yi. Very smart. One of my favorite things to do is Dudley, just to frustrate people. Make them meaty you. Make them give you the 50-50 situation. Got the accidental cross counter, so it happens even to the best of us. Throwing, just trying to get out of that corner, actually. Smart from Yi. Ducking, try to catch him with a surprise ducking upper. Oh no. There's that counter hit. Goes for the super. Basically a death here. And goes for the Kokujin. Empty jump into EX. Could have woken up super, but Yi might have been parrying, so something to keep in mind of. There's the delay on it. Look at that. He forced him to parry the stand strong. He was expecting the upper follow-up, but didn't cancel, and then did the upper later. Look at that. He actually recovered and then did the upper, so that adjusted the timing on it. Give me one sec, guys. Let me see what happened to my music here. There we go. Oh, that fierce jump in fierce can land so deep on Hugo too. Could be a very annoying parry for him. Roundhouse into upper, optimal stun damage. Missing the super off that dart shot. Oh, nice. Gave him that look. Finally gave him that look of jump in backswing blow. That's the second time they've had that exchange where he goes for the meaty rose, and Juan parries it, does a jab, and Yi was ready because he's expecting, you know, either a reversal super or something crazy, right? So he's buffering the parry immediately after. Got the parry. Probably could have you know, stand roundhouse for the win there, but just opting to play it safe. Staying right in his face, forcing him into quick decisions, and very unfortunate for Juan to go up against 5-star Dudley in that matchup. But that was super impressive to watch, man. That was, you know, Juan is no slouch with Hugo. He's very strong and very knowledgeable at the game, but just the skill gap is just that wide between 5-star and Juan there in that particular matchup. So that was pretty impressive to watch. Next up, we're going to cover the eternal runback, Dr. Steelhammer versus Keninblack. This was the tiebreaker game here, so to say. I believe in the last two tournaments they're 1-1. So I was really rooting for Pat here. He showed a lot of improvement in this, showed that he was doing his homework, but you know, spoiler alert, it still didn't work out in his favor. Steelhammer just too strong in this matchup. So remember, guys, Orion has you know, lots of good normals to be able to keep Dudley out. Stand fierce, stand strong, low forward, low roundhouse, and then obviously the air fireballs, EX headbutts, and tackles that you have to contend with as well. It can be very difficult to deal with all of that stuff, you know, when players are using it all in the correct timings and spacings. So, you know, Dudley, this is a matchup where Dudley has so much to worry about, and you know, not a whole lot of options from far. Have to be basically, you know, up close, right outside of throw range to really give Urian all those same looks as far as options. You know, your overhead, your low shorts, your sweeps, your stand strong, low strong. That's a range that you have to earn as Dudley in this matchup. So you have to be patient and be able to get in that range in order to be able to apply that pressure. So let's see. The first adjustment here is previously, in the last time I covered this matchup, in the last tournament that they faced each other, Keninblack was just jumping a lot. He was jumping a little bit too much and was just not being patient enough. So already I like that he's trying to play more of a ground game. Just ate that tackle. He might have been able to connect something, but that's hard to tell at this spacing and timing. But he might have been able to connect something from this stand roundhouse that he got. It looks like he was grounded. You just have to be patient. You just have to be patient. There's that towards fierce. Good spacing on that. Stand roundhouse. Nice stand strong to stop. Oh! Oh no. So in this situation, you know, when you land the when you land that and you know that you're gonna get that punish, I would just go for stand roundhouse, EX machine gun blow, and try and get as much damage as you can. And try and put him in the corner, and then you know, put him in a 50-50 right after. Try to link off of that towards strong. You're just a little too late for that. Nice empty jump low. Very hard for Dudley to deal with. Since Urian jump roundhouse is so good, you have to respect it when he jumps in at you. Nice tech. Very good patience from Pat here, though. I think you could have done, at the very least, to get some damage here. Maybe you don't want to go for the reset super here, but what you can do jab or strong, maybe even fierce to try and punish him for doing this, and then you know, close the space. Try to get a jump in punish, but Urian recovers pretty fast from his jump in roundhouse. Ate that fireball. Oh, could have punished with the stand roundhouse there on that block or the missed tackle. There's the Urian Especial full screen tackle into Aegis, because why not? There it is. Mutant was saying the entire tournament, you know, he just wanted people to block Dr. Steelhammer's tackles, so much so that he offered to donate $1 to the Match Reno every time someone blocks a tackle from Dr. Steelhammer at Frosty Faustings. So for those of you guys that are going to be in attendance, definitely hold Mutant to that. Block as many of this man's tackles as you can. Try and drain this man for his dollars. Yep, just playing the spacing game now. Forcing Keninblack to take those risks, try and get in. Good trip guard on that low forward. There's another Aegis, just spinning that bar. Building the meter back up. And another trip guard. Very difficult for him to deal with. Yeah, you can do jump medium punch at that height. For sure you can do jump jab. So your two guaranteed ones, I would say, would be jump jab and jump medium punch. But maybe even a jump fierce. Maybe you could have even got jump fierce in that position. I think you can stand fierce this. When you land this parry at this height, you can probably stand fierce this. Stand strong isn't bad, so you can get some damage because it's fast. It's 3 frames, but you might have been able to get stand fierce. Still a good punish. Very patient here. I like it. Oh no, walked under the jump. Nice. Baited a throw with that walk up. Good follow up from Pat here. Now he's got the momentum, and this is what you have to do as Dudley. You have to stay on your opponent. You cannot let Urian get that low forward spacing again. You have to stay on him. I love that. Empty jump, short super. Confirmed it, went for the low, and then actually stuck with doing it. Bam. Expecting a neutral jump roundhouse or a neutral jump fierce probably, and then Pat empty jumping to make sure that he could parry if he needed on the way down. I don't mind that, challenging that tackle. I don't mind that too much. There you go. Now, so this is a terrible habit from Dudley. This is something that Dudleys have to stop, dude. We have to stop doing this. They throw this Aegis. You gotta hold this, dude. You're behind it. You gotta hold it. Now you gotta block. Now you have to wait. You have to play patient in this position. You can't jump because he's got you know, headbutt or fireball or towards strong or fierce or even another tackle. He can do a lot here to try and keep you in this corner. So you have to wait and play it patient, dude. There you go. And it's important to note he tried to parry out there. That sucked, and he just missed it. It's important to note when they have that Aegis in the corner, and this is something that Pat did last time that he didn't do this time, so give him credit. He learned. He did not hit a button at that time. A lot of Dudleys will hit a, you know, roundhouse or fierce because it's a very good neutral button for Dudley, or neutral jump button, I should say. But because Dudley is pretty wide when he does a jump attack, you know, it will hit that Aegis, and then they can get juggle follow-ups because then you're in a juggle state. Nice. Probably could have stand strong that jumping roundhouse. Jumping roundhouse, so good for Urian. Good anti-air from Steel Hammer there. Just playing the spacing game. Playing this completely right. He's very familiar in this matchup now. You can tell he's been playing a lot of this matchup because he's playing it pretty much perfect. Walk up universal overhead. Too good. So things that Pat can do, obviously, you know, a little bit more walking, force him to tackle Aegis. The sooner that he does tackle Aegis and you block it, the sooner that you no longer have to deal with that threat, right? Because even if he lands a tackle, and he doesn't have Aegis behind it, there's nothing behind that. If he doesn't have bar for EX headbutt, no juggle follow-ups, which means that you can continue to play the grounded game against him. And if you know, if you're eating tackles, and he doesn't have meter, that's not too terrible. But if you block a tackle, you know, and he doesn't have meter, then you can potentially punish it. So just a little bit more walking, a little bit more playing patient in the neutral. If you notice, Steelhammer has not overextended at all so far, which is super good awareness on his part. You know, not a whole lot of aggression from Urian. It's very easy to play an aggressive Urian, particularly when you have an opponent in the corner. But he never once overextended. He never gave Pat the openings that he needed. And he just stayed solid the entire time, and that's how he was able to win that match. Just built meter the way that he was supposed to, neutral jump around house, low forwards, sweeps. Now he's being aggressive, giving him different looks. Oh, could have got a roundhouse or a roundhouse into upper on that headbutt punish. Right here he does headbutt, and actually punishes it. Yeah, could have got upper on that. Hard to react to in that situation though. Very tough to deal with this. Just block, there you go, just block. Oh, that was so smart, that was so good. So in this situation, you know, Dudley, if you jump over a fireball, you can almost guarantee, you know, if they don't parry and they go for a button, you can almost guarantee make sure that your roundhouse is going to hit him before he can do anything else. It looks like he tried to do crouch fierce there and just ate the roundhouse. I don't think he's gone for throw yet in this set either. That's a look that you have to give Urians in order. Anyone good, you have to give people the throw look, so that way that they have to consider that option, and it opens up backswing blow. It opens up you know, throw baits. You can walk back and force them to whiff, and then get a send roundhouse into a ducking super, send roundhouse EX machine gun blow, a sweep, a low strong, or something, you know, something to try and punish him, to get him to question his throws. And then, you know, once you get them questioning throws, then they start doing wake up headbutt, they start doing wake up EX Aegis, maybe wake up low short. You know, they'll start to buffer parry, and then you can throw. So you have to throw, because throw opens up the rest of the game if they're just blocking. Which so far that's what Steelhammer's doing. He's just blocking. Good block, more blocking. Have him in the corner. There's that tackle. Oh my god, no, didn't get the follow-up here. Could have got a follow-up and potentially got the kill there. Here, the follow-up would be towards forward, because you have enough time to walk up into it. Towards forward, upper, and then maybe super, and that would have been it. That would have been it. Steelhammer had some sick conversions at tournament. Oh my god, that heavy tackle. Yeah, dude. Tackle is too strong, dude. It's too strong. I actually think there was one of these, yeah. There was one of these tackles that he probably could have punished. Let me see. Did he block a tackle here? No, he just ends up eating it. But Yuri doesn't want to be at that range, right? So something, maybe this machine gun blow wasn't random. Maybe he meant to punish a backdash. He knows you don't want to be in this range, dude. You don't want to contend with me here because this is my range. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna try and get out of that range, right? Oh no! And then the autocorrect tackle there. Maybe he probably didn't mean to tackle. He probably meant to throw. In all likelihood, that's what Dan meant to do here, and just ended up getting the tackle. Unfortunate for Keninblack. Nice low strong. Nice crouch fierce. There you go. Stay in this range, dude. This is the range. You have to be inside of his sweep and low forward range. Nice. Use that stand strong. Ducking to get in. There you go. Push him towards the corner. There you go. Force him to guess. Stay on top of him. Oh, with that roundhouse. And then did the... oh, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Look. He finally gave him the throw look. Right? He did this early. Got the throw. And then what happens immediately after? Try to go for throw there. Stand roundhouse. Ducking super. Ends up taking the round there. So you have to give them the throw. Something to keep in mind is you have to throw people. Even if they tech the throw, right? You have to let them know I'm going for throw. I'm going to give you that option. Oh no. Very tough to contend with that tackle. More tackle. And look at that, dude. Just from spending the meter, he's all the way in the corner. Oh, you can definitely punish that. This tackle here, you can punish. Let's see. Let's see if you're in range for stand strong. Yeah, stand strong. Stand strong right here. Ducking super. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the best that you can do is just a dash in or ducking and then have super behind it. And you see a button, you can react with your button to try and go into super. Very good awareness to keep him in the corner. Just not playing patient. You have to play patient. Have to play patient. He wasn't even right on top of you when you did the super, so it's you know, he was gonna have to dash for you to be able to do that. And that seems like it was a premeditated decision, right? Because he didn't react to anything. He anticipated that he was gonna do something. Meaning he wasn't being patient. He was making decisions before you know, recognizing what the situation was, before even seeing what unfolded. Nice. So right here you have to stay on top of him. Gives him the throw look. I love it. Oh no, EX Aegis. See, what did I tell you? Once you start throwing people, you're gonna force them to start guessing. You're gonna force them to stop, you know, get out of their shell. So here, the only thing that you can do is low short to stop this. Low strong, maybe if you do it super meaty, but if he's able to get the EX Aegis to come out, sweep is pretty much never going to win. It seems to lose almost every time. And then since you're crouching, I think he can combo into something like stand short tackle or low jab tackle or something, crouch short tackle. Oh, he went for it, but just didn't combo. Oh, unfortunate. Shoutouts to Pat though, doing great work running the New York events, the new TO, the new Gen TO for Next Level in Brooklyn at the heralded and very strong New York arcade that they have there. Lots of good players in attendance. That tournament was super sick. For those of you guys that didn't catch it, make sure that you watch the archive, NYC Furby. Let's go on to the next match. We're going to do Phodie versus Wade. These guys are going to be in Frosty Fostings, guys. Make sure you give them a shout out. Say what's up to them when you see them. These are the homies. Super cool guys. And they have been grinding really hard. I want to show them some love because they've been grinding pretty consistently for a while now, and you know, it's awesome to be able to see how much they've improved from the time that they started playing. And you know, I remember last year when I went to Frosty, they were a lot of them had sort of like a new player mindset of like, I just don't want to go 0-2, dude. I just don't want to go 0-2. And I was talking to them on the stream. I was telling them in chat, I was like, dude, this year, no one should have that mentality. None of you guys should have that mentality. You guys should go in thinking like, you know, I'm gonna do well this year. I maybe not win it all, you know, but like, you know, definitely go in expecting to have some success, expecting not to go 0-2. I think 0-2 would be, you know, something that would fall short of my expectations for them. Simply because they've been grinding, dude, and they have the experience, and you know they're passionate about the game. They've been putting the time in, so I want to see these guys have some success this tournament. So if you guys are gonna play some casuals with them prior to the tournament, and you see, you know, something that you can help them out with, maybe some advice that you could give them, you know, definitely reach out. These guys are super open to it, and they're very eager to learn and improve at the game. So you know, shout outs to these guys for putting in the work. So this is going to be Alex versus Dudley. I went over this match before. Basically everything Alex does in the neutral loses to stand roundhouse outside of like sweep and like fierce chop. But anything else you can just blow up with stand roundhouse, EX machine gun blow behind it. Let's see how Phodie plays it. Nice towards fierce. Lots of stand roundhouse. I like it already. Look at that spacing. Perfect spacing from Phodie so far. Nice. Just giving him all sorts of looks. Oh, this is beautiful to watch, dude. This is ideal. Not even wasting meter. I like that too. If you don't have to waste meter, good. Just beat your opponent with what's working. Oh, nice anti-air from Wade there. EX backswing blow. Have to be ready for this target combo parry, right? If you suspect that they're going to do you know, overhead, then you have to suspect that they're going to do the follow-up as well. Nice low strong. Wait, doing some work to come back here. Throws it towards the corner. Very good round from Phodie. I do like the spacing that he was playing at. Very good buttons. Might have gone for EX upper at that point as a bait for throw when he does this jump in fierce. That's a tell for a lot of Dudleys too, is if you jump in fierce like this, or maybe you expected him to go air to air with him, I don't know, but if Dudley is doing jump in fierce like this, and they're just like obviously not gonna hit you, a lot of the times it's a tell to try and get you to punish with a throw, so that way they can EX upper. Nice backswing blow. Short, just missed the super. I still like that he went for it though. There's that fierce chop I was talking about in the neutral, very good for Alex. Oh, a little too far for that command grab. Oh, just missed it again.
I would predict though, like he'll play 12 in casuals, but
Nice. Using that those moves to try and get out of the corner. Throws him. Dash up power bomb, very strong for Alex. And just walk up EX to try and bait something, but solid from Wade. Good response from Wade. Yo, what's going on, Shiva Jones? Again, did that jump fierce. Trying to go for that EX upper. Nice for a strong anti-air. Walk up throw off that low short. Target combo, putting pressure. Nice. Staying in Alex's face, forcing him to make decisions. I like it. Oh no. Might have gone for super there and just missed it, because I think super would have connected off that universal overhead. And now Wade's got the advantage here. He waited for his turn, you know, blocked and ate a lot of buttons. Oh, the walk back. Look at that, was sick. Yo, go back to that. The walk back. Look at this. Oh, the shimmy. I love it. Oh, walked up again because he was able to get the first walk up. Yes, he's got to convert those. He's doing low shorts and getting the success on them. Which means that, you know, if he converts at least two of these, you know, that goes a long way. That jump fierce, got to be ready to convert off that. Again, he's 0 for 4 on those short shorts. Oh, did he get it? Let's see, 6 hits? Or did Wade try and do something there? No, he didn't get it. Looks like Wade just wasn't blocking. All right, so second match. I think they usually do 2 out of 3s here. Towards fierce, very good spacing. Again, here's the spacing from Dudley. I like the use of neutral throw to build up that stun. Low short, ticket to throw. That's good that he went for the sweep. He finally gave him a low look that he could have converted off of, because he was going for a lot of overheads at that point. Nice. Oh, very tough to contend with that. Again, guys, the way that you deal with Stomp, whether it's a cross-up or whether it's, you know, meaty or whatever they're doing, you just tap forward. Doesn't matter what direction they land or where on screen they land in relation to you. Just tap forward. You know, at the very worst, you'll block. At the very best, you'll get a parry, and then you can punish. And I believe Stomp is -3. I have to check the frame date on that though. You might be able to punish with super. Oh no, misses a stand around house. Wade just letting go of block. Both of them playing a little nervous here. Nice. But this is what I love, guys, right? Like, when players are missing stuff like this in casuals, it's not because, you know, like they're not good or they're playing sloppy or whatever. Like, you can tell they're passionate. They wanna win. They wanna do well. They wanna improve. And these matches mean something to these guys because there's like weight behind it. That's why there's nerves at this point. Nice, converts off of that fierce. Jab machine gun blow a little tricky as a follow-up on Alex. Have to do it as early as possible. So right about here. Here's where you would press jab in order to get the jab machine gun blow. Gotta do stand roundhouse, dude. At this range, can't just walk in. Nice, gets him with a low. Good stuff. Nice towards fierce, spacing him out. Oh no, the unfortunate input error. No Dudley ever wants that, dude. Nice. I love that. Look at that. That's so smart. That's so good. I'm glad that they're doing this now. So going for the ducking super, 1, that's good because if he doesn't parry, it's free super. But 2, it's forcing Wade to learn how to deal with this because he actually responded with the correct timing, did the parry, got the first 3 parries it looks like, and then just kind of missed the last 2. But still, smart. Very good. These guys are improving. They're adapting. They're growing. Nice. That overhead a little too slow. Walk up back fierce to try and catch a parry attempt. Nice pressure from Wade here. Just playing patient. Just pick your spots. That's what you got to do. Oh, that was sick. Empty jump, backswing, blow, super. That tick into a throw. He can actually link off of this close stand forward that Phodie does here. Let's see. Post super. He does stand forward. He can link off of that. So it gave him the bar for that. Oh, sorry. He actually had the bar already, but that's just ticked into it. More backswing blow, giving him different looks now. Nice. Walk up throw. Nice. Good parries there. So it looks like Phodie won that set? Or are they going to play one more? Oh, yeah. So Phodie won that set. So good stuff to Phodie. I like the spacing. Very good stuff there. That's how you play that matchup. Next up, we're going to watch one of my local guys, Algie, aka JT, Machine Gun JT from the Houston area. Super new Dudley player, but very passionate about the game. Loves Dudley, loves Third Strike, wants to improve. So he's going to go up against Big Nasty here, rocking his Hugo. This is going to be rough for Algie because he has a lot of experience playing my Dudley, so he knows this matchup fairly well. Let's see what Algie does here. Again, I'm a big proponent of the stand fierce towards fierce, stand roundhouse, neutral game, and trying to just push Hugo back in the corner, give him different looks with jump fierce and jump roundhouse. Stand fierce, I like it. Stand strong, build that meter. Crouch fierce, it looks like it lost to Hugo's jump fierce. There are ranges where you can beat it, and there are ranges where it will get beat. So you just have to walk a little bit under his jump. Yeah, it looks like it lost there. Good stuff there. Oh, meat squasher puts him in the corner. Nice, stand strong. Ooh, okay, I like it. The delay on the sweep boo Did not get super, but got an upper, so he converted off of the short. Not too bad. You gotta stand roundhouse at this range, dude. You gotta force him to look for lows and parries. At this range, right here, yeah. See right there, he's throwing that low forward out preemptively. You have to you gotta give him this different look here. Stand roundhouse, because at this range, if he throws stand strong, low strong, low jab, stand jab, all of those will get counter hit by stand roundhouse at this range. So this is the range that you want to be at to play that counter hitting neutral game. You can towards forward here. I mean, towards fierce at that range too. Oh no. So here's where you know, the experience comes into play, because he knows what range not to be at. So he's walking into that range now. He's like, I'm just gonna walk into it. Nice. Could have converted off of that jump in roundhouse with a super. Oh, he's actually playing SA3 there. Look at that. Look at that. Yo, dog, convert off these claps. Look at this. Clap. There's that jump in roundhouse. Could have converted. Went for target combo instead. Parry SPD. Very devastating for Dudley. Impressive red parries. You can tell he's been working on this matchup. Oh, that late splash. So tough to deal with. Oh, you can stand roundhouse that. Even if they whiff it in your face. You can still roundhouse. He doesn't have instant recovery on that. Oh, nice jump in roundhouse. Confirms into the super. I like it. EX upper blows up that jump in attempt. Oh no. Went for the red parry on that EX backswing blow. I don't mind that. He's trying to confirm off of these jump-ins. Oh, a little too far for that. Wow. Looks like he was going for SPD there. If you see his stick fly, he's going for SPD when he misses that. Nice. Good conversion. Oh, good blocks. There's the lows that are so good against Dudley. Dudley's feet, extremely susceptible to lows. Oh, I like it. Oh, gotta play patient, dude. Gotta play patient. You can get on top of him, but you have to anticipate. You know, he's got wake up options because he's got SA3. If he had SA1, you still couldn't get on top of him like this, dude. If you bait the super, that's fine because you have enough to be able to block and then take it. So just something to keep in mind of. You know, if they have super, that's always an option for them. And here in Houston, we're a fan of the let it rip. So just you know, some experience needed there to understand. Okay, this guy will wake up super. So stuff JT could have done there. Stand roundhouse a little bit more. Try and convert it to EX machine gun blow and then go for a towards forward uppercut follow up. Convert a little bit more off of your jump ins when you did land them. You know, if you're gonna go low, go, you know, if you land and you're going low, go for low if for short super if you have the meter. If not, maybe short uppercut like you did before. And then, you know, if you're landing those jump ins early and you have the meter, obviously be prepared to go into super. You want to try and get as much damage as you can on Hugo's as early as you can to try and you know, force them into tougher situations later on in the round. And then obviously play a little bit more of the spacing game with him with towards fierce, stand roundhouse in the neutral. Force him to jump a little bit more because when he jumps, Dudley has like a million anti-airs. He has so many things that you have to consider. And if he's doing jump roundhouse, you can crouch fierce that. If he's doing jump and splash, you can EX upper, you can super, you can ducking. You can, as you did once, if he whiffs it early, you can do stand strong into upper. And if you know, he's doing it late, then you can parry and you can still get a throw when he lands, or you can go into stand strong upper. Even if he does it at the lowest point, because stand strong is 3 frames, you're able to get stand strong upper even if he does it at the absolute lowest point. So that's just something to be aware of. I have too much time on my hands, lost my job, put in like 20 apps just playing the waiting game. Damn, that sucks, Roadkill. I've been there, dog. I know how that goes. Alright. So did they play one more? Okay, no, this is Big Mark. We don't need to watch this. All right, final match, guys. We're going to do TritonOrion versus Big Nasty Ken. Towards Fierce, I love it. That's so good versus Shotos. This matchup can be very dynamic depending on how the Ken is playing you. If you have an aggressive Ken, it's actually a little easier in my opinion if you have an aggressive Ken, because Dudley has ways to deal with Ken buttons that maybe other characters won't be able to deal with as well. Stan Roundhouse is pretty good in this match, but not as good as it is in other matchups. In this one, your Fierces are actually really good. Your Towards Fierce, your Stan Fierce are really great spacing tools because they can counter hit Ken at the ranges that he wants to be at, where he's doing low forward and low strong. One thing that you have to really contend with Ken is his Stan Roundhouse. Stan Roundhouse will blow up pretty much all of your buttons. So if you're buffering, then you have to do a forward parry. And then when he's playing the dash up game with you, that's where your Stan Roundhouse is really going to come into effect. Is you're going to do Stan Roundhouse to buffer and parry, or buffer with EX Machine Gun Blow behind it to try and punish his dashes. And then for jump in spacing, you basically want them to be at low forward range, so you can use your quick jump to be able to jump in and punish their low forwards. People aren't getting bodied here. Yo, what's up, Kemi? I'm doing matchup analysis for my Dudley players, dog. Trying to level us up so that we stop losing all the goddamn time. Dash up throw towards Fierce. Already in the corner. I like that back jump. Escape the corner. That was good from Triton. Towards Fierce. Good blocks. Good patience. When Ken crosses you up, you have to be patient. Nice parry. Oh, nice elevator kick. Yep, that's the patience that you have to have. Nice EX upper to blow that up. Oh no! Whoa, did he get it? That looked like it. That looked like it should have whiffed. Was that how many hits was that? Hold on, let's take a look at that. That looked like it should have whiffed. He should have been able to block. Let's see, 6 hits. Oh, okay, roll back. Dude, I lose with Dudley all the time. Okay, goes for the throw there. Nice. Neutral jump. Oh no. Wow. Okay. And now we're playing jungle. Not a whole lot to infer from there, other than people were throwing out stuff. So why not? So that was a range at which when Ken hits you or you block his jump in from that high, you can punish him with throw. He is in a little bit of recovery here. It looks like he tried to go for low short. Yeah, low short. And then just gets thrown out of it. Oh, could have done that jump fierce early, or that jump roundhouse early and gotten a super after he jumped over this fireball. Right here. Bam. Yeah, dude, you have all day. Jump fierce, jump roundhouse. You can even probably get Stan Roundhouse EX Machine Gun Blow, or Stan Roundhouse uppercut, or just a fierce or a roundhouse into super. So right here, when he has you in the corner, there's a couple things that you can do to try and discourage him from hitting so many buttons, trying to parry something, and then as he parries or dashes in, you can try and punish or escape the corner with a jump out. Here I don't mind he dashed in and he tried to punish him with low strong, fast button, just blocked it in time. So here, what you can do is you can throw out fierces and you can buffer parry low, because even if he hits you with a stand roundhouse, that doesn't go into anything. The only thing that he can go into super with in this range is lows. Low strong, low forward, maybe stand strong if he counter hits, but at this range he doesn't really want to do that because your stand roundhouse will blow up his stand strong, and it will lose to his stand fierce. So your standing normals would beat Ken's standing normals other than stand roundhouse at this range. So you really, the only thing that you have to worry about are lows and dashes. And if he jumps, then obviously a jump. But you want him to dash at you. You want him to walk in, or you want him to try and start parrying, like buffer parrying your normals, right? So you can walk in a little bit at this range. There's that stand roundhouse. The awareness from Nasty knows that button is really good. Nice. Oh, could have got super off of that. Would have put him in a kill position. Dash back, or was that a dash back? It looked like maybe like a walk back. Walk back, low forward super. There it is. Oh yeah, dash back, walk up, low forward super. Very good. Oh, so if you catch this dude, you can stand strong upper. Stand strong upper that shit. That would have taken the round for you. When you parry this jump in, stand strong upper. Shit, you probably could have even done like stand, maybe just super or EX upper. Either one of them would have won. Oh, misses the low short since it's super too. That's unfortunate. And just ate the fireball. Not enough health to be able to... Oh, it looks like he tried to red parry. What? Wow. He might have been able to actually block that. Ken should never throw Hados at all unless to give plus on block strings. I mean, maybe. I mean, there are certain ranges where you can throw Hado at Dudley where, you know, it's not too bad because if you're doing it as like counter hits, then it gives him a different look and he's forced to respect it. But if you know, you're doing it off of block strings, particularly non-EX versions of Hados, then he can get a pretty big punish from parrying that shit. And it's not a hard parry, as I've went over in previous videos. So I mean, I agree in general Ken shouldn't really be doing Hados, but there's times where it's not too bad. Alright, so let's see what he opens up with. Dash up sweep. Nice. Here what you can do, since you parried this jumping in the air, you can probably jab him and then reset ducking super before you land. Or at the very least, you know, jab him and then force him into 50-50 when you land. Oh, he's just letting him jump in on him for free. Stand roundhouse EX machine gun blow. Good punish. Ducking upper. I like it. Opted not to go for the super because it's basically a waste of meter at that point. Oh, could super off that jump in fierce. And Ken's low strong is kind of weird because there are ranges where it will counter hit you, but there are also ranges where you can counter hit it with stand roundhouse. Right here is a range where you can do it. You don't want to do low strong because your low strong will lose to his low strong pretty much every time. And you don't want to do any lows because they'll all lose to low strong at this point. Low forward, low short, low jab, low roundhouse, they'll all lose to low strong at this range and this spacing. So the only thing that you want to throw here is stand roundhouse, maybe a stand fierce, but stand fierce might actually put your hurt box a little more forward and allow him to counter hit you since he is technically under it. He's able to counter or actually punish the with low strong with his own low strong. Oh, I don't know what that fierce was. Oh no! Wow! Oh no! Look at Big Nasty's reaction, dog. He was devastated by that backswing blow. Look at this. Oh no! So good stuff from Triton there. Stuff that you can do to work on in this matchup, dude. Or particularly with Dudley in general. Try and apply pressure to people whenever they're, you have the Oki situation. Try and press your advantage once you have the knockdown. And then be, as patient as you are, you have good patience, but you have to try and recognize the spacings at which you can start hitting buttons again. After their turn is ended, because Street Fighter is a game of turns, right? Like it's their turn to attack, and then it's your turn to attack. And if their turn is ended, that's when you can start to put yourself in ranges where you can start to hit buttons again, and you can start to try and react to whatever they're trying to do. And then just try and recognize the jump ranges for Dudley to be able to jump in on Shotos. So that way, you can give him a different look other than just playing a grounded game. Obviously, you have to be a two-headed monster with Dudley. You have to give them both the ground game and the jump game. because if you're doing just too much one over the other, or if the balance is out of whack, then it's going to be easy for them to deal with you. But if you're giving them a healthy dose of both, if your percentages are good and you're pretty equal or close to equal on your ground game versus jump game, then it makes it very difficult for them to be able to contend with what you're going to deal with, because Dudley jump is very good against Shotos, but they're, you know, his forward fierce, his stand fierce, and his stand roundhouse are also very good at specific ranges. So if they're dashing in on you, you can punish them a lot with stand roundhouse, with towards fierce. If they're playing, you know, the footsie game outside of that range where stand roundhouse will really be threatening, then you can kind of punish them for that with towards fierce and stand fierce. And if they're jumping in at you, even better, because then you can anti-air them with whatever the hell you want with Dudley. Stand roundhouse, crouch fierce, target combos, supers, uppers, backswing blows, you know, ducking super, whatever you want at that point, because as soon as someone jumps at Dudley, especially if you have meter, there's all sorts of options you can hit them with. So for Shotos in particular, dude, like especially Ken, you want to force them to give you different anti-air looks too. Kens can do, you know, obviously fierce upper, EX upper, jab upper, strong upper with shoryukens, or they can do you know, a close fierce into a Tatsu, into a Shoryu, into Hado. They can dash under your jumps and do short super when, as a trip guard before you land. They can, you know, if you're going for throw, they can actually punish that with a target combo, or, you know, a low forward. It's very easy for Ken to be able to trip guard Dudley in this matchup, because all of his lows are so good and so fast. His low forward in particular is amazing at trip guarding Dudley. Is one of the best normals in the game for trip guarding Dudley. So you have to play the ground game, but at the same time, dude, you can't play so much ground game that you're not jumping. You know, Dudley's obviously one of his best tools is his jump. So if you're not utilizing that in this matchup, then you're not capitalizing on his best tools. Working on the KC web pages today while I'm free, doing general maintenance. That's awesome. Ken should never throw Hanos. Okay. What's up, Glassjaw? How's it going, guys? That's it for Dudley coverage, guys. I am going to go over Frosty Faustings one more time. It has gone up since the last time we saw. It was like at 70-something players last time. I believe it's 73. We're at 82 now. So that tournament is going to be nuts. They've got tons of players there. Let's see exactly who's all going to go. From recognizable names, Arliath from the SoCal area. The Don's TL will be there. Big Bad Wolf, Big Nasty, Big Red from the Chicago area, Nipperman, Face from the Houston area, Buttertoast, who we went over earlier, the Dudley player, Silgod, I believe is also from the Minneapolis area. I believe he plays Makoto, one of Big Bad Wolf's guys. Comeback 386 from the Philly area, very strong Chun, old school player. Crime Alley, traveling with Venka over to the event from the Michigan area, so shout outs to Crime. We've got Dr. Steelhammer, who we went over a match with earlier. Hold on one sec, guys. There we go. And then you've got Lance from the Texas area. I've seen Futuresoft before, but I'm not exactly sure who he plays. You've got Eat. You've got Andy from the ScrubSeries guys. You've got Mike C with his SA3 Makoto. Mass Lethal Wade from the ScrubSeries guys. ScrubSeries Mashed Legs. Kioske. Kioske is going to be out there. Shout out to Kioske. Keninblack, who we also went over earlier, is going to be in attendance. Hyper Crasher, I believe I saw last year. But I'm not sure who he plays. I think he plays in Alex. Hologram Mike Ross, Quentin from the Chicago area. Guardian, I believe, is from the Wisconsin or Minneapolis area. He went out to one of the ScrubSeries tournaments. I believe he's an Elena player. Scary Busey, one of the Venkabot regulars. Good Normals Travis. Gas Station Hobo. For those of you guys that aren't following Gas, he streams for PS3 on OE. So give him a follow. He used to stream all the time, late night. But I believe he's been training offline in preparation for Frosty. He's a Pad Oro player. Been playing the game for a while, so give Gas a shout out when you see him at the event. See who else is going to be there. 4C Joe from the Chicago area, Uli coming out of Nebraska, Tough Gnarl, whose stream we got the footage from earlier, an Atlanta player from the Chicago area, Travinx, one of these Scrub Series guys. Let's see, who else do we have? David Q, one of the Nebraska players. SilentImpact, who we went over a match with earlier, a Dudley player from the Chicago area. Yogurt Brain, the homie from Shitecade. He's repping Shitecade. The Abuki from the Chicago, well, no, I shouldn't say Chicago, but the Illinois area. And I believe he got second at the first Chicago ranking event that they had for the season. So he's been putting in a ton of work, getting good real fast. It's amazing how well he's done at these tournaments, actually. You've got Shaked Angle, one of the Venkabot regulars. Phodie from the Scrub Series, whose matches we went over earlier. And I recognize some of these names, but I don't know who they all play. Like, I've seen Coconuts, Quade, Renegade, and Scrimps before, but I have no idea who they play. Then on the last page, we've got, of course, the homie Venkabot, who you guys should all be following, twitch.tv/Venkabot. And I believe it's, Granny Butthole, and sponsored by Vag. So, look at that. This is going to be a super sick tournament, guys. They're going to have super guns and arcade cabs there. Shout outs to Candy Cave for providing those cabs. For those of you guys that want to play on cabs and some casuals, they have a 24-hour arcade at the venue. So, you know, after the tournament, if you guys want to get some matches on cab, do some money matches, some grudge matches, some sets, definitely record those and then upload them so we can all watch later for those of us that have FOMO. Other than that, guys, I'm going to go over the leaderboard. It looks a little different since the last time we saw it. You've got BAB Daisuke on top now. He's actually in first. Overtook Lance, who was running the board for a long time there. It's Lance in second, Miller Light Yuki in third, Dr. Steelhammer in fourth. And these, all four of these have yet to win an auto qualifier, so they still count. Ryan also yet to win an auto qualifier, so he's in fifth place there. 5-star, however, has won an auto qualifier, as has Frankie BFG. So Al from the Chicago area still holding tight to that sixth place spot. Remember, it's only the first six that qualify for the finale at the end of the season that will make it into the Jazzy Top 16 finale. Outside of that, you've got Big Bad Wolf, who's going to be in attendance at Frosty, so if he does well, he should be able to crack into that top 6, make some headway there. Roski from the Lost Ark crew, you've got Flannel Jack right behind him, those guys doing work. Ikakeo's already won an auto qualifier, so you can just forget him for now. You've got Face, who's going to be in attendance there, PJ and Rick, Sneak, Ahmed, Big Nasty, who's going to be in attendance, Base Ruthless, Arlieth, and Keninblack will both be there. So you're gonna have quite a few people from from the top page in attendance at Frosty, and I just want to go over, let's see what the point bracket is for Frosty since we hit 82. Let's see. So since it is a G status event, since all auto qualifiers are G status, let's see. So 82 would be MSF tier. Meaning, let's see, where is MSF tier? Is there, here we are. First place is worth 1,100, basically, 1,100 points. Second place is 900. So even though, it's first place gets 1,100 points, they're auto qualified, so they have no use for those points whatsoever. So technically, the highest point value that one could earn would be 900 for second place. Third has 700. Fourth has 500. Fifth has 300, and then seventh has 150. So even if you get fifth, that's a lot of points. If you get fourth, that's a lot of points. It scales pretty hard. So let's say you get fifth at this event, it would be like winning a first place. It's worth more than winning a first place A tier event, which is the most common event that we have for the circuit. So these points are going to look radically different because we also have an event coming up at Arlington for free play for their G status event. The Houston guys are going to be in attendance. We're trying to get the Austin guys to go up there as well. Obviously, the Dallas crew is going to be in the house. Yuki, Lance, Free Play Brian, Wax, Eddie, Noe, all those guys should be there for that event. But in addition to that, 5-star, who is from the SoCal area, is coming out to the event, and he's bringing Makoto Mike. For those of you guys that know Makoto Mike, very, very strong Makoto, one of the best in the country for the character. He's also going to be in attendance, so that tournament is going to be very fun, very stacked. I believe the last tournament they had 56 players, and they don't have nearly as many people coming. They didn't have nearly as many people there that are coming for this event on the 26th. So I assume, you know, since they had it was either an SS tier or an XS tier event the last time they ran one, we'll probably have an MSF tier event again. So we'll have back-to-back weekends with MSF tier points, meaning that this leaderboard that we saw earlier is going to look drastically different after the end of January. February will be a little bit of a down month since there is no auto qualifier that month, but there will still be plenty of ranking events, meaning if you want to get your travel on to try and make your way up this leaderboard and not have to claw for one of those 4 last chance qualifier spots at the finale, and you don't want to fight it out with all of the savages that are going to show up last minute and try and take one of those last chance qualifier spots, then there's plenty of opportunities in February. Lots of events in the North Carolina area, in the Texas area, in California now, in Chicago. We're happy to announce that Chicago is actually going to be getting a second ranking event at the Candy Cave in the Chicago area. I believe that's like a little south of Chicago. I'm not exactly sure where in Chicago it is, but they've got candy cap setups there. I believe they have 3 head-to-head setups or 4. And then Will English is going to be streaming that, who's also going to be streaming Frosty. So make sure that you're following Will English. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat here. Let me go ahead and switch over real quick, guys. Twitch.tv/Will English 4. Make sure you're following this channel, guys. That's where you can watch all the action for Frosty and the Candy Cave event. Chicago's doing a lot of work for their players and trying to get them ready to compete and qualify for the Jazzy Circuit finale. Final round is auto qualifier this year, isn't it? Yes, it is an auto qualifier. Big Bad Wolf is an Alex player. No, Big Bad Wolf is a Hugo main. He's been playing Ken as well recently, trying to diversify his profile a little bit, but he's a very strong Hugo player, one of the best in the country. God, I've lost to Kyle so many times in tournament. I need to link up if he's on PS3 then. Is he? I didn't know if he played online. Comeback beat me last year in a very close set that I was super salty about. I did Yang versus his Chun, and I didn't know who he was, and I was surprised that he was as good as he was. I was like, who the hell is this guy? But yeah, Kyle is very, very solid. Old school player, has lots of experience. Alright, guys. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'll upload this to YouTube as per usual. For those of you guys that aren't following me on YouTube, it's youtube.com/user/KD_alpha. Or I'm sorry, no underscore. It's just KD Alpha, all one word. All the other past analysis videos are up on the YouTube. For anyone that wants me to go over any matches in particular, they don't even have to be Dudley. I can try and help you out with other characters. Dudley just happens to be the character that I'm trying to learn and happen to know the most about. But I was previously a Yang main, and I was trying to play Akuma at one point. So I know a little bit about at least on a surface level about most of the casts. But yeah, guys, if you want me to go over any of those matches, DM me, let me know. Link some footage for me. Ask me, what happened in this situation, or what could I have done, or can you help me out with this? I'll try my best. Appreciate everyone that followed, everyone that followed on YouTube as well. I believe last time I got some follows and I didn't shout them out, so let me see what happened there. Where is? Where did I see it? Here we go. So last time I had Will English 4, give me a follow. Shout out to Will English. Carrie, Soul Avenger 02, Brother Nero FGC, the homie Nero. And then today, WillX901 gave me a follow. I don't know why I'm not getting notifications, guys. It actually doesn't give me any notifications when that happens. But yeah, for those of you guys that gave me a follow, definitely appreciate it. I will probably be back. I'm not exactly sure when. Maybe this weekend when Mutant streams. I'll definitely play a little bit on Venka stream tomorrow night if I get the opportunity. But yeah, guys, I'm trying to limit as much online as I've been having recently because you know, I'm trying to prepare for some of these events that I'm going up to, and I don't want to have terrible timing because of online or all the horrible habits that online can give you. But yeah, if you guys want to get some matches with me tomorrow, I probably will be on Venkabot, twitch.tv/Venkabot, VENCABOT. I believe the next Jazzy online fundraiser is tentatively set for the 21st. So for those of you guys that have PS4 and want to participate in that tournament, it is free to enter. You can go to it's bruiseday.venkabot.com. So for those of you guys that want to compete in that, it's free to enter. You can win some money, support the circuit, and you can play versus some good players on PS4. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to let this run for a little bit just to ensure that I have the auto archive to YouTube up, and then I'll go ahead and end the stream. But thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time.